Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Natalie, tell us what happened today.
Well, I just talked to my lawyer, and he advised me that the Crown does not want to proceed with any charges or any trial. So it's all been thrown out, and we are allowed to go back to work.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News here in Red Deer, Alberta, outside the Baymont Inn and Suites and Conference Centre, where the Alberta government is using one of the conference rooms here as a satellite courtroom. Now, today was the first court appearance for Natalie Klein of Bladez to Fadez. You'll remember her as the Innisfail barbershop owner who came to us through iwillopen.com. She's the former Premier of Alberta, Ralph Klein's niece, and she chose to reopen her barbershop in defiance of the lockdown restrictions that closed her business to customers. Now, for that, she received almost immediate harassment and surveillance from Alberta Health Services inspectors. Natalie received a lockdown summons to appear in court. So we hired her a lawyer through our civil liberties initiative, fightthefines.com. at no cost to her. Now, Natalie's lawyer was top-notch litigation expert Chad Williamson from Williamson Law. Now, you'll recall he's the same lawyer who fought the government and won on behalf of Chris Scott at the Whistle Stop.
What a great morning. The practice of law is not always full of success and wonderful stories, but obviously there was a big round of applause down at the Williamson Law offices this morning on account of the fact that the Crown has withdrawn two significant charges under the Public Health Act against our client, Natalie Klein. Again, as we've discussed before, we're experiencing resounding success in multiple areas in fighting for liberty and freedom across this province. And as much as I'd love to credit the talent in my firm, specifically one of my good friends and close associates and fellow lawyer Yoav Niv, who has been deftly handling many of these Fight the Fines cases, we were able to call our client Natalie this morning and advise her that these charges have been dropped. Now, that's not to say that the war has been won. As you know, an army can win many battles, but still not win the war, and there is much work left to do. As I've mentioned before, we have opened dozens of files, and we are fighting vigorously and aggressively against government overreach and oppression in this province. But today, specifically, and this is reason for everyone out there to smile, as I'm sure if Ralph were around today, he'd be smiling, and we know that our client is smiling. This is a success for freedom and liberty in the province of Alberta, and our office will continue to fight for the civil liberties of not only our clients, but for all Albertans, and will attempt to continue to score these resounding successes. Now, that's not to say that we're always going to win, but every single victory pushes the slider a little closer to the mark of freedom on the dial. And we thank Albertans for their support. We thank our clients for their trust and their courage in these cases. And we are so excited and enthusiastic about representing Albertans in all areas of law. And today is a reason for everyone out there to smile.
Well, it sounds like Alberta Health Services and the government knew exactly what was good for them, and today they withdrew the charges against Natalie Klein. So I ran into Natalie and some of her supporters, including one of our other Fight the Fines cases, Mom's Diner, to get their reactions. Natalie, tell us what happened today.
Well, I just talked to my lawyer, and he advised me that the Crown does not want to proceed with any charges or any trial. So it's all been thrown out, and we are allowed to go back to work.
So do you have a message for, I guess, Jason Kenney and Alberta Health? They dragged you through this, and they would still be dragging you through it if you didn't get that really great lawyer, Chad Williamson.
I think so. I think that they're trying to make these lockdowns fit, and I believe the lockdown doesn't fit. The numbers don't add up, and that's why we all need to stand up as businesses and challenge this. and show up and protest and show up to our court dates and, make it so nobody else is afraid to do this. So I think we all just need to support each other and these lockdowns. And exactly as my sign says, if the lockdown doesn't fit, it's time to quit.
Karina Fisher from the Whistle Stop.
Hi.
And from In the Lockdowns.
Yes.
Why did you come out to support Natalie?
Well, what is happening in Alberta is not okay, and being here says we've had enough. And we support Natalie for Bladez for Fadez and Mom's Diner for being courageous to start this. So we will keep going forward with this.
And the Whistle Stop.
Yes, and the Whistle Stop for starting all of this, and good for Chris to keep going.
So tell me why you came to support Natalie.
I came to support Natalie today because I think it's very important, not only for our freedom, and it's also for my children and their children. And she's standing up, and she's being a brave soul, and I'm just here to support her, and I say thank you, and God bless her.
So Natalie had her charges withdrawn.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I think they're realizing that these businesses do need to stay open, and their constitutional right is to earn a living, and that supersedes any health regulations. We've got to take care of our own businesses, and you got to take care of your livelihood and your kids. So I think it's great. I think let's get this province moving forward.
Can you give us a little update about what's going on with Mom's Diner these days? I hear you're pretty busy, but you also have some news on the legal front.
Yeah, we're definitely really busy. Glad to be back at it. I haven't been on my feet that much for a long time, but I'm happy to be doing it. And on the legal front, we ended up pleading not guilty, so we got a trial date set for the middle of June. Bladez to Fadez just had theirs thrown out, so hopefully ours will follow suit. But yeah, we're glad to be back. Thanks for the support, everybody.
Yeah, and I hear that our lawyer has been very helpful for you.
Oh yes, very helpful. He was right on par with us, called us right away, did some video chats, got much respect for him. He's doing a great job. You know, they're hard at work, and we got to thank them. We can't thank them enough.
Why are you down here today to support Natalie?
Because she's awesome. Because she did this groundbreaking thing of staying open and giving all the other businesses courage to stay open, and look what happened. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she really started something, didn't she?
She did start something. And finished it, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Why did you come down to support Natalie?
Oh, I love Natalie, and I'm so glad that they took the stance to open. And we just wanted to support her and all that want to do that, because we all have to open. All businesses have to open.
Why did you come to support Natalie?
My life working history was small business, and I'm always willing to support small business, and especially right now when so many of them are struggling.
Now, you have received a lot of support. Your legal fees were crowdfunded through Fight the Fines. Do you have a message for everybody out there who stood up with you when you were taking a stand against the entire government, really, the Justice Ministry and the Health Ministry? And the Health Ministry is one of the biggest bureaucracies that we have, if not the biggest.
I would say absolutely. Thank you to everybody that has reached out, supported us, and all the other businesses that have had the courage to open. And for Alberta Health, I understand that they obviously have a job to do. And I would just say to anyone working at Alberta Health, this is not justified. To take away our freedom, this is not justified. And to Kenny, same thing. I mean, he needs to end the abuse of these lockdowns, the abuse to our children, and to our mental health.
Do you have a message for the politicians who, despite these court victories and charges withdrawn, they still seem to persist with these lockdowns?
Yes, what's really sad is they don't have the factual evidence. It is not there. We keep asking. And they keep picking on small businesses, and it's not okay. AHS keeps harassing, and the RCMP, and it's not okay. We're doing great. We're doing awesome, and no one's getting sick, and so it needs to back down. These guys need to pay their rent, pay their families and their bills, and the fear-mongering is going to stop. It really is.
Do you have a message for the politicians who locked Natalie down?
Stop the madness.
God bless the people that opened. God bless them.
The moral of the story here is that you can stand up to the government, that you can fight back, and you can win. You just might need a little bit of help. And at Rebel News, we're proud to offer that help at no cost to the businesses and individuals who reach out to us and send us their tickets at fightthefines.com. We don't want you to pay your lockdown ticket. We want you to fight it, and we'll do our best to help. If you're someone who has yet to receive a lockdown ticket, but you want to stand in solidarity with those who have, and you want to help them fight for civil liberties, you can donate at that website I just mentioned, fightthefines.com. Thank you to everybody who made this victory happen for Natalie. She could not done it without all of you. For Rebel News, here in Red Deer, Alberta, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you'd like to help us help more businesses and individuals like Natalie Klein fight their lockdown tickets in court, please donate today at fightthefines.com. And if you'd like to help fund our civil liberties initiative, fightthefines.com, please donate today. And thank you to everyone who already helped out. We couldn't do it without you.